Our country today is witnessing an unprecedented and spontaneous upsurge of popular struggles, mostly led by students and youths. There are large sections of women participating in this struggle. In fact, there are many areas, places in India which were unknown earlier, but now very popular because of the massive struggle, sit-in, organized by women, day and night. In North India, it is acute winter. It is very difficult to stay in open places because of the very terrible cold. But women, poor women, not sufficiently clothed with protection, they are coming and sitting, demanding the withdrawal of CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, and also demanding the two other programs aimed at making the CAA effective, which are the National Population Register and the National Citizenship Register. Now briefly, let us take up the argument in defense of CAA. Modi, Amit Shah and others, they say that present Indian citizens don't have to fear anything because this CAA is only aimed at giving Indian citizenship to people coming from three countries, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. If you look at the paper, CAA Act, it may appear to be true because this particular act proposes that people coming from these three countries, subject to certain regulations, can gain Indian citizenship. So a gullible person may believe that the argument of Modi and Amit Shah is true. CAA is only related to people coming from these countries gaining Indian citizenship. But now we have to remember the very famous explanation of Amit Shah, the Home Minister of our country today. Chronology dekho. What does he say there? He says, nobody need to fear, only infiltrators need to fear. First we are bringing CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act. All the refugees eligible will get Indian citizenship, no problem. Then we will bring NPR and NCR, National Population Register and National Citizen Register. Those who are infiltrators, they will be identified and taken out of country. They will be sent out. Now, let us ask the question, all refugees from these three countries who claim Indian citizenship, will they be entertained by this act? No. They exclude one religion, which is a very important minority religion, that is Muslims. Christians, Hindus, Parsis, Sikhs, Buddha, Jaina segments or religions. 6 religions are accepted. Refugees belonging to 6 religions, minus Muslims. Why? The argument is that people in these three countries are majority Muslim countries. And majority Muslim countries will not persecute or create problems for Muslims. Only other religious people in these three countries, non-Muslims, would suffer. Therefore, there cannot be any Muslim refugee from these three countries. The most wicked and cruel game plan of Sangha Parivar is to make gullible Indian people develop a feeling against a minority community. Spread the canard that Muslim countries persecute people belonging to other communities. If we dispassionately examine this problem, what would happen to religious minorities in different countries? It is a world accepted fact that not only religious minorities, even linguistic minorities are suffering. There can be some persecution. Then different sects within the same religion also suffer. For example, Pakistan, there is Ahmadiyas who are also Muslims. Then there is Shia-Sunni difference in Muslim countries. There would be problem for the minority within a particular religion. There are different religious denominations. In Christianity, there is Catholics and Protestants. In Europe, such experience of persecution and allegation to each other, these are all part of the world of religious belief and religious practices. So, picking up these three countries itself is a very mischievous, calculated and wicked move by the Sangha Parivar. Let us take our southern neighboring country, Sri Lanka. In Tamil Nadu, there are lakhs of Sri Lankan refugees. Due to the peculiar situation that exists in Sri Lanka, they have taken refuge in Sri Lanka. If the central government is concerned about refugees coming from every neighboring country, then why you restrict only these three countries? Sri Lanka, refugees are there from Sri Lanka in India. Burma, Rohingya refugees are there in India. Even in my home state Kerala, there are some Rohingya refugees living in Wayanad and other places. When I went to Kerala, Congress told me. Then Nepal, Madhesi refugees, Gurkha refugees, they are there. So, avoiding refugees coming from countries like Nepal, Burma and Sri Lanka, the Sangha Parivar decision to pick up only Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan exposes their wicked communal angle which they want to give to the entire controversy. Now, we have the experience in Assam. There is a citizenship register being prepared in Assam. What is the experience? That is what Amit Shah wanted to do for the entire country through NPR and NCR. First, national population register will be prepared. Then the local registrar, with the help of the enumerator, will put letter D against certain names, certain families or names. What does the letter D means? Doubtful. Once an officer puts D against the name of me or you who are listening this, our citizenship issue is doubtful. Then I have to prove that I am an Indian citizen. Now to the viewers, I can admit that I don't have any document. If seriously some officer is coming and asking me, do you have some documentary proof to prove that you are an Indian citizen? Mr. Baby, I am asking you, you reply, I don't have any document. I don't have any birth certificate of my father or my mother to say that I am the son of an Indian citizen. Alexander, my father's name. Lily, my mother's name. I don't know their date of birth. I do not know where they had their birth. I am a fairly educated person. I am in the public life. But frankly, other than my XMLA card and XMB card, which these people won't admit, they won't accept. So it is not a simple matter. We have to understand. That's why people, lakhs of people spontaneously, they are coming onto the streets. They know that this particular exercise has already taken place in Assam, one state of India. What is the experience? 19 lakh people are under the cloud. Here we should understand. Please follow this carefully. In Assam, it is not just Muslims. There are lakhs of Hindus who are also doubtful. Most of them are poor, homeless, landless, ordinary mass of people. Now, with this particular amendment, Citizenship Amendment Act, all those who are other than Muslims in Assam, out of the 19 lakh, if there are 6 lakh Hindus, they only need to tell the officer that I have come from Bangladesh, I have come from Pakistan, or I have come from Afghanistan. Then they don't have to show any proof to get Indian citizenship as per the Citizenship Amendment Act. That is the heart of the amendment. Only Muslims need to prove. How can this kind of a legislation constitutional? Indian Constitution does not permit religion to be a yardstick, a measurement to determine anything. So for the first time in the history of the life of our country, independent India, religion has been brought in as a yardstick, a criteria, a measurement to accord citizenship. It is not going to affect only Muslim minority. Those who are like Mahatma Gandhi, who state that I believe in every religion. Was that not the position of Mahatma Gandhi? Mahatma Gandhi said, when I say Ram, it means Rahim also. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Padita Pavana Sita Ram, Ishwara Allah Teruna. For Mahatma Gandhi, Allah was also Ishwar. So, if Mahatma Gandhi was coming to India from South Africa under Narendra Modi's and Amit Shah's rule, he cannot get Indian citizenship. Because first, he is not coming from one of these three countries. He is coming from South Africa. South Africa is not included in CAA. Secondly, he is not Muslim, he is not Hindu, Buddha, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi or Sikh. He says, I belong to all religion. Those who belong to all religion, they will not get Indian citizenship according to Modi and Amit Shah. One has to be either a Hindu, a Christian, a Buddhist, a Sikh, a Parsi, like that. So, this amendment is blatantly against Constitution. It is blatantly against humanness, democracy and secularism. The entire India should stand together to oppose this. The Left Democratic Front government of Kerala has taken a very bold stand. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan announced that Kerala is not going to implement CAA. Kerala is not going to collect any survey for National Population Register. Why? It is based on National Population Register data that national citizen register will be made. It is very clear. Therefore, we have decided to carry out a very large campaign, house-to-house campaign, to make people understand the dangers of the Sanghaparivar controlled government of India today. There is also another exercise, that is census data collection. We have to cooperate with census data collection. So people should know what are the questions related to census data collection. What are the questions related to NPR, National Population Register? We don't have to fill up anything. They will be asking census, people will be asking questions related to census. We have to reply. Then when they start asking questions related to National Population Register, we have to politely say no. We are unwilling to give any reply to questions which are aimed at implementing an anti-constitutional law, which is Citizenship Amendment Act. It is heartening that the Congress government, state government in Punjab also has decided not to implement CAA and not to implement NPR and NCR. We hope more and more state governments which would like to stand by Indian Constitution would come forward, and this movement will develop into a new freedom struggle. This is a struggle to keep the great values of freedom struggle intact. Without struggle, we won't be able to protect the idea of India. Therefore, coming days are times of massive campaign among all sections of people. Every human being should stand up and say that we would protect the idea of India. We will never ever allow religion to be made a yardstick in awarding citizenship and in denying citizenship. It's a life and death struggle for the idea of India, for the secular democratic content of India's constitution.